There is no better victory except the one you give. There is no better breakthrough except the one you give. There is no better healing except the one you give. Yeah.
Come and have your way as we praise your name.
A very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Big Stone Television. It has been 37 years since we have the passing of Vernon Sylvester Renford, popularly known worldwide as Fathead. Beside me, as promised 3 months ago, is his mother, Mavis Williams. Welcome to Big Stone Television.
Thank you.
It has been 37 years, and I know what it is to lose a loved one. I've lost my mother, my father, my sister, and a brother. Not tragically, but nonetheless, a loss is a loss. Who was Vernon Sylvester Renford, affectionately called by you as Ian? Tell us a little bit about Ian.
Ian, he was just, it's hard for me to describe the person Ian was. He was such a wonderful person. He always tried to do what is right. Ian, in growing up, Ian always be a God-fearing person.
Mm-hmm.
Ian he loved to sing.
Mm-hmm.
He practiced talking, we said fast, like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He always been doing that ever since he was small.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. So tell us, when did you find out that your son was musically inclined, that he had this love for music? At what age?
I found that out, I was living in Florida when I found out. Ian was going to this college in Crossroads. Then his brother, Norman Randall, he's the one who told me he had been DJing every night, but he run to school, he go to school.
Okay, so he would slip away,
Yes.
go DJ someplace,
Yes.
but still come back to finish his school and
Yes.
go to school and so on. Wow.
Go to school. So I didn't ask him anything. I didn't say nothing to him about it.
Yeah. What was your thought though? Did you like it to find out that your son was getting involved in DJing, so to speak?
It didn't really bother me to that, but he had to make a choice.
Okay.
School or DJ.
Okay.
So when he called and said, Mama, it's time for you to send my tuition. If I don't send it on time, he's still in school because the teachers didn't know it's coming.
Okay.
I said to him, well, you have to make a choice. DJ or school. So whichever one you want, you let me know.
Right.
I didn't hear, he didn't say anything to me. The next time he called me was from his dressing room in England and sent me a picture of him.
So, Ian, as he was affectionately called by Mommy, chose DJing. But I just want you to take me back to the earlier days of Sliper Road, because I want to hear, and your fans out there want to hear, how did he get this name, Fathead?
Fathead. How we get the name was, at the time we were living at Waterhouse,
Okay.
Linwood Park.
Mm-hmm.
And he was about 6 years old. And the next door neighbor, he had a son who was living in the country. I I don't remember.
Okay.
And so he came down to visit with his father and his other siblings. And he was playing with the little children them and everything. Then it was very nice. He spat here and he said, boy, you have a fat head. Yes. And the truth about it is, I didn't say anything, but I was a little upset.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No. But there's a reason why I didn't like it.
Why you didn't like it?
He had a sister who had a double head. He didn't see his sister with 2 heads, but he see my son with 1 fat head.
Okay, so his sister, the one that calls Ian fathead, had a double head, but he didn't see that.
Right, the guy that called my son fat head.
Right, have a sister with double head.
Double head. And he didn't see his sister with 2 heads in one, but he see my son with 1 head, with 1 big head. So
you didn't like it?
No, but I didn't say anything. No, I just let it go. And then the children be calling, fathead, fathead. Mama, they calling me fathead. I said, yes, you have a fat head. And that head is, and you have a big brain. So you can do anything you want to do.
So you turned it into a positive thing.
Yes, I don't want him to get upset. And
Yeah.
you see, look at their heads. They have small head. They have bird brain.
Exactly.
So that's what they tell him. So I keep on telling them, they have bird brain. They can't do nothing. You have a fat head, you can do everything.
The brain is big, and the bigger the brain is,
so
the bigger the brain is, the bigger the head, and the more intelligent you are.
So that's what it, and that take care of it. So you get the name fathead.
So he started to DJ now, and I guess he just used that name, Fathead, because everybody calls him
Fathead.
Fathead. Okay. After a while, you know, Fathead started DJing a little bit, making you uncomfortable, making noise around the house. How did he get his first tour out of Jamaica?
I really don't know. I was living in Florida at the time when he started touring.
Yeah. So he called you from?
Yes. When he called me, and for his tuition, his brother, Norman, already was telling me, Ian DJ every night, Mama. Ian gone to DJ, writing music and DJ, but he go to school. He be late, but he run to school, so he do both of them. Then he called me for his tuition. I didn't tell him that Norman already told me. But then I wanted to make a choice. I don't want to make a choice for my children. They have to make their own choice, because what I'm comfortable with, you know, I'm not sure that's what they want. I give them the choice. Choose what you want.
Yes, which is intelligent.
Yes.
Because when you actually give the choice to the child, and it is something that they're comfortable doing, they will excel even more doing something that they like to do. So that was a very smart move on your part. So he called you from England, and
that's the next time I hear from him. After I tell him about the tuition in school, he didn't ask me to pay no more school fee. He didn't say nothing to me.
So after that,
he
didn't ask you for any more tuition?
No.
He started to earn money from his skills?
Yes. I tell him that in like about a few weeks, not even a month, he had called me from his dressing room in England.
Patching a pose you and say, Mama, this is where I'm at.
Yeah.
How did you feel at that particular time?
Well, that's what he wants, so.
Yeah, but did you feel good within yourself to know that your son have chosen a career and is finally enjoying himself at what he chose?
Yes. Yes, like, you know, as I said before, make your choice. Yeah. And it's a good choice, you know. So that's what you like, do it.
Great. The years progresses, ladies and gentlemen, and Fathead's career continue to soar. How did he get to Florida with you?
I found his paper.
Oh, okay.
And then get him here.
What did he have to say? Was he resentful? Did he want to go at that time since things were picking up?
With Florida, he didn't like, he visited, but then he didn't like it permanent in Belgrade. He didn't like Belgrade. Yes, but he come and he still be doing music into clubs and thing, always, to make his money.
So he, at that time, by the time he got to Florida, he was very popular then.
Yes, he was. He was.
How did he get to meet Yellowman?
Okay, we was living at 2.75 Lindhurst Road.
Yes.
And Yellowman was living at Evening Tide, which is called Arms House.
Arms House,
yes.
yes.
So you walk on Lower Ivy Road to come on Lindhurst Road, so you have to pass every day. So I called to him, hey Winston, because we didn't know, call me Yellowman at the time.
At that time.
Winston fast his name, so Winston, I talked to him. So that is how they see Winston, and that's how they talk to Winston. And it's after I really hear they get that close, but that's how they get to talk to him. I'm the one who introduced him to Winston.
Now they got together and started doing a number of songs. Tell us the early days of Winston and Fathead. Who were writing the songs and so on? Tell us a little bit about that.
My daughter Patricia Randall,
Wow.
she was the one who writing the songs for here. Yellowman there, see Patricia writing, and he and dancing and DJing and everything like that, and he take it in. That's how.
So you're saying that most of the songs that Fathead did at that time was Fathead's own words.
Fathead's own words.
Patricia, which is his sister,
Patricia
would sit down and
yes.
just write those words down.
Yes.
And then how did Yellowman become a part of that? He just listened to those
yes,
words and copied it?
He was there.
Okay.
He was there.
Okay.
When Patricia writing, he DJ telling her what to write, and she writing it in shorthand, but then she, write it for her. Yeah, when the Yellowman, you don't see everything.
So you would actually say then Fathead was the writer of most of the songs that
yes.
he did with Yellowman at that time.
Definitely.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, while we're down to this part of the interview, most of the songs out there that Yellowman and Fathead did he ever make any money in terms of the publishing royalties? Did you collect any money? Did he collect any money?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Nothing.
All those songs and so on?
All those songs, nothing. Yellowman, Norman, which is Ian, I just said Ian.
Ian, correct. Yeah.
Okay, the older brother. And he came to Jamaica, it's Yellowman. Yellowman, Norman, why y'all don't go ahead and get Fathead, a royalty? Yellowman has something to do with that. I think he getting something. Here, I'm talking to you now. Remember, I asked you to reach out to Yellowman. What Yellowman said, he couldn't give no clear answer.
So you asked Yellowman if he's collecting royalties
Yes.
for these songs that was written by Fathead?
Yes.
And there was no clear answer?
No clear answer.
Till this day?
Until this day.
No clear answer.
Nothing from Winston Foster.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fathead's career continued to soar. 1988, what happened?
Hmm. 1988, what happened? 1988 was worst time of my life. I'm sorry, it's like yesterday, it's like today.
I understand. Take your time.
What happened? I was sitting to the house. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened.
Exactly what happened.
Okay. 2 houses belonged to me. I was over at one of the house. And like something tell me to go over to the other house and go into the bathroom and sit and pray. Why, I don't know why, I just do it, you know.
Yes.
But I sit there and I don't want to do anything. I just sit right there. When this girl, which is Fathead'S girlfriend, she come inside there, she knocked the door, and I just said to her, she said, Mavis, I said to her, and why I said it, I don't know. Don't tell me anything happened to Fathead now, to Ian. I said, don't tell me anything happened to Ian now.
Mm-hmm.
She said, yes, Mavis, he's gone. I said, gone where? I'm sorry. She said, he's dead.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's all right. Okay, I understand.
That happens.
It's fresh like it's yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now at a point in the interview where it becomes very emotional, and I'm a very emotional person myself. Tragedy struck in 1988, and she lost her son to violence. I understand how any mother would feel because children are supposed to bury their parents,
Yes.
and not parents burying their children. Take us a little bit more, Mama. She said Ian is gone, and you said gone where? Where the hell could Ian have
That's
gone?
what I'm saying.
Where
Gone
did he get?
where?
So what was explained to you? Was it a motor vehicle accident? What happened?
No, it wasn't. Ian got back from a show.
What time
Ian
was it?
some
Was
more
it the night?
entertainment. He got back like, I think he got back Thursday. That Thursday, he got back and he went and getting shaved up and everything because we're coming to Belgrade to get his one son, which is a baby, and his 2 brothers, Darren and Ernie, to take them with him, take him down. Then he was there. I think he gets shaved and everything and trim up and was reading the Bible.
Where? At his
He's a
home?
Bible, yes. He's a Bible man. He loves to read the Bible.
Okay.
Somebody knocked the door. And he opened the door. And he was shut.
I know that must have been the worst day of your life for that to happen.
That happened, that girl, she told me Friday
What day
evening,
it was?
like Friday, the 19th of August, 1988.
Friday
And she
the
told-
19th
Yes,
of
that's when
August.
she, yes, and when she came to the house, and when she told me, it was like 7 o'clock in the night when she get there telling me that. I have an appointment Monday at the doctor because I hurt my back on my job. When I went there Monday, I lose 14 pounds.
Wow.
Between Friday night
And Monday
and
morning.
Monday morning, 14 pounds. And I've never been no big person, as you can see.
Wow. Wow.
The doctor said you can't do that, you'll die.
So, was anybody ever responsible for your son's life?
It's unsolved.
So, it
Until
is
now.
like 37 years ago. something as tragic as this happened to Vernon Sylvester Renford. Only 24 years old, a promising young man, a man with a future. I remember speaking to a very close friend of his, DJ Little Lenny. And Little Lenny told me that Big Stone, Fathead was one of the greatest DJ that he has ever met.
Yes.
He used to just sit down as a young DJ himself and listen to Fathead spit lyrics after lyrics after lyrics after lyrics. And to lose someone like that, because over the years your son has become a legend and an icon.
Yes.
And I would only hope that if there's anyone watching this with any information that can bring some closure, because Mavis is happy sometime, Kia, his sister, is happy sometime, but they need their brother. He left a son, and they need closure. They need as to why. What did Fathead do, if he did anything that warrants someone to take his life like that? Him leaving a family, his mother, father, brothers, sisters, and a son. So if there's anyone with any information out there, there's no statute of limitation on murder. So even if it's 50 years from now or 100 years from now, the case is still open, might be cold a little bit, and that is why we're adding some heat to this case. When I met Mavis a few months ago, I already did a tribute to Fathead. And it was because of the tribute that I did to Fathead that she actually reached out to me. And she said she was in Jamaica, and I said, really, I'd love to talk to you. But she was so busy taking care of other things, and she promised wholeheartedly that she would come back and do this interview so that the world can see that Fathead has a family, has a mother, a sister, a son, and other relatives, and numerous amount of fans that really loved him and cared for him. Because as much DJs as we have, anytime we lose a DJ, there's that void, there's that gap. Good thing we have his music to listen to him by, but his physical presence would be even better for his family. 37 years, and I see that it is still hurting. You're still in pain.
This wound can never heal. If he's sick, if my son died in an accident, I would feel that.
Of course, you'd have had closure a long time ago.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
This wound can never heal.
Of course not.
No. Yeah.
How do you feel sometimes, from time to time, you'll be going about your business, and when you think about your son, what would happen to you? Tell us how you feel during those times.
Okay. Let me tell you what happened to me a few months ago, thinking about my son.
Yes.
I was driving my SUV, truck Mazda. I was thinking about my son coming from Kia job. And I make a turn and in front of a car, and my vehicle get damaged. I was in the wrong. I was thinking about him.
So your mind just went into oblivion. You couldn't control yourself.
It's like I didn't see that the truck was that close to me. The car was that close to me. The car get real bad damage. But my truck, it just went at the door. Really. But that car, I think that car told her.
You know that it was Ian who stretched forth his hands and protect Mama. Because ancestors, he's in the realms of ancestors right now. And he still look over Mama. You know, and I believe personally that we will see him again. there's going to come a time when we transition from this physical being into ancestry. You got to see your son again. Don't worry. And karma have a way of happening. You know, people think they can do things and get away with it. But the Almighty sits up high and he sees everything on down low.
Yeah. Sometimes I remember even the other day you were thinking, I think every day about him. And he's the one who showed me when he was small how to use a piece of string to make diamond.
Yes, I remember those days. You used to go from one finger to the other.
Yes, he's the one who showed me how to do it.
Wow.
You know,
Was he a troublesome kid around the house growing up? Tell us a little bit about some of the trouble, you know, on a happy note, some of the trouble that Fathead or Ian used to give you around the house. And you have to say, Ian, tell us a little bit about those days.
Some of it.
The silly things.
Yeah, some of it I really can't. Sometimes he really give me, you know, a little child, give me a lot of little problem and things like that.
Yeah.
If I try to run, he had to run in a row like that and I had to chase him. I can't catch up with him.
So did you at any time have to whip him a little bit when he was growing up? Spank him a little bit?
Yes.
Because he got in trouble?
Yes, I spanked him a little bit. You know, I don't have much trouble, but I spank him a little bit because if I tell them to do something they don't do it,
yeah.
I'm going to spank them. But I punch him another way, I don't even hit him. Yeah. But that's all the thing I can talk about. But yes, and then what I did, it cried more worse than if I did hit him. It hurt him so bad.
I remember my mom would say, this is going to hurt me more than it hurts you. And I said, Mama, if I'm getting this spanking, how is it going to hurt you more than it hurts me?
Because I don't want to do it.
Tell us about his child. A son?
Yes.
What's his name?
His name is Anthony Williams.
Anthony Williams.
Yes, no, that's Renford. Antonio. Right, Tonio, right? Yeah, Williams.
How old is he now?
How old is Tonio? 38.
38 years
Yes.
old. What does he say to you? Come up to you and say, Grandma, where's my...
Grandma.
How you did? He calls you Mama.
Mama, yes, they are coming on. That boy, he loves me so much. I'm here. He don't even know where I'm at. And he said, Mama, how are you? And I hope you're doing all right, Mom. He called me a week. I don't pass it, don't call me. No. He's so nice. He look just like his daddy.
His father.
He don't have a little more body, but just look just like his father.
Is he following his father's footsteps?
Yes, he do. Yeah.
He's into music?
Yes, he do too.
What's his stage name? Okay, so your grandson's name is Draft Kid, following the footsteps of his father, Fathead.
Yes.
Is he doing good? How is he doing? Is the music taking off?
Not yet. Not.
He performs sometimes.
Yes, he's not like his father.
Not like his
The
father.
father's not.
But hopefully, you know, after we conclude this interview, people will start going now to YouTube and SoundCloud and all the other platform where Fathead's son is, and you can further hear the continuation of Fathead. Well, Mavis, I'm not through with you.
Okay.
We're going to go for a break.
Yes.
And when we come back, we're going to be speaking with Kia, the sister of Fathead.
The sister.
And then we come back and close it. With you.
And then you hear about Ian's favorite car.
We're going to hear
He
that.
have a
Stay
favorite
tuned.
car, and he have a favorite movie. When he was small,
Yes.
Starsky and Hutch. Yes. Cop and robber. Cop and robbers. But tell you what, he is the cop.
Okay.
So he gonna catch a robber.
Don't touch that dial. Big Stone will be right back. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the exclusive interview with Fathead'S mother, Miss Mavis Williams. And of course, I'm blessed with his little sister, Kia. Welcome to Big Stone Television.
Thank you for having me.
Kia, your brother is famous, known worldwide as Fathead. What was Vernon Sylvester Renford like to you growing up before he became this giant of an artist?
My brother, like you know, we called Ian, is one of my first memories. Because he died when I was very young.
How old were you at the time?
5.
5 years old?
Yes.
Okay.
But one of my first memories at that age is him picking me up outside, walking towards me, and I'm just he's a giant to me, but him lifting me up and holding me and taking me inside the house. But my mother always told me that I was his favorite because both of us had fat heads, both of us had big heads. And he always grabbed my chin. So, you know, those type of things I remember about my brother, yeah.
Okay. So he was actually 5 years old when he passed away as well.
Yes.
Could you understand what was happening around you? You seeing your brother one day, and the next day you're not seeing your brother. Tell us from a 5-year-old perspective.
Yes.
And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to bear with me because this happened 37 years ago. She was only 5 years old. And this is very important for you to pay attention to this interview, and if you know anything that can bring some closure to this case, feel free to get in touch with the police, okay? Not seeing your brother again, what went through your mind?
Well, like I said, he is a part of some of those very early memories for me. And I do remember his funeral. So what I recall is that it was very small, it was very intimate, family only, in the parlor of the funeral home. And I remember seeing him in the casket and just looking up at everybody, because I was the youngest, small. I see everybody very sad, very, very much mourning of my brother. And I just recall him, as we walked into the funeral home, his body was inside of a small room in here. And really there was just me, my mom, my siblings. It's very, very small. Nobody, no fans and nothing like that. Yeah.
So it was a private funeral?
Very private funeral, yes.
Wow.
In Belle Glade, in Florida.
Wow. What has life been like since for you? You've grown up now, mature, reflecting what could have been in terms of your brother's career. What would you have expected or wanted for Fathead?
You know, honestly, I didn't realize how big he was until my son Kai, I started telling him about him because both of their birthdays are in March.
Wow.
And a few years prior to that though, maybe in my 20s, early 20s, I tried to initiate a process to see how we can open this back up, how we can figure out what happened, but it just was so much confusion and nothing ever came of it. But like I said, recently, introducing my son to his music and asking questions on like Alexa, these things, and saying, wait, Alexa know about my brother? So those things was very surprising to me. And then I started looking up. He's all over the internet. You know, the internet wasn't around when he was here. So it made me realize that, you know, he was bigger than we knew, which makes me very proud because I know he was making a big influence on the world. I know if my brother was still here because of him being an entrepreneur and a pioneer in dancehall music, that he would be someone who would be honored by the artists that are coming up under him, because he created a sound that nobody else had. And when I listen to his music now, because growing up we never really heard his music, honestly, because it was, my mom was very hurt, you know, so those, we didn't
she didn't play it around the house, yes.
No. So just listening to his music and hearing his voice, and I'm just like, wow, that's my brother right there. He would have been
A giant.
tremendous, yes.
Of course. You ever thought about starting a foundation in his honor so that his name can live on, you know, like the Fathead'S Foundation? And you could probably help budding young artists, or it has to do with academics or whatever the situation, or ever you wanted to flow. You ever thought of that?
I haven't, but that is a very good idea, because I want his name to definitely live on, besides being underneath Yellowman, which it seems to always be tagged and connected to. He was an artist independently as himself. He is one person as himself. So that would be a very good idea, to open up a foundation or have that type of connection for him.
I'm very happy that we're having this discussion to further cement his name in history, to let the world know that Fathead is not just an artist that did some collaboration with Yellowman, but independently. He's an artist all by himself, and he has a family, he has next of kins, he has a foundation, so the world will always remember Fathead. In parting, what would you want to say to his son in continuing the legacy of his famous father?
Let me tell you about his son first. Antonio is wonderful. I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's okay.
He is such a kind, loving person, and he embraced my children so much. We're very close. We're very close. He coaches my children in basketball. We never lost contact with him after his father died. Not as if, sometimes the mother might, or the other parent was there might try to take that child away and go on about their business, but that wasn't the case. We always kept him close.
Yes. Did you have dialogue with Antonio about his father from time to time?
Yes, yes.
What was his demeanor like? What was his?
He gets very depressed sometimes because he wishes that he knew him. I wish he had memories of him, but he keep a photo of him close by. He wears a photo of him on his neck, and he loves his father very much.
So if Antonio is 38, he would have been about 1 year old when he passed away?
1 or 2, something
So he passed away very, very young.
Yes.
Antonio, well, this is Big Stone talking to you. Your father, over the short span of life, 24 years old, have created such an impact in dancehall music that dancehall music could never be written without your father. And I'm very happy that you sought music and you want to follow through the footsteps of your father. Because up in Zion, your father would be very proud of you. Anything that I can do to help to further push your music, feel free to reach out to Big Stone. It will be an honor to further enhance the career of Fathead. Tell us about your personal little feelings about your brother, about the cars and the cops and the rappers.
My brother, personally, I think that he had a big impact on our family. He was like a piece of glue, a stitch.
Yes, he kept the family together.
He was a very important stitch in the fabric. And when he passed away, it definitely changed the dynamics of the family.
Most definitely.
And there wasn't honestly much effort to figure out what really happened because we really didn't know what to do. So everybody was just lost, not really knowing what direction to turn in. So it's very, it doesn't end, The pain of losing him doesn't end. Even as a young child, knowing that I don't feel it as much as my mother, that's her child, I could never feel it how she feels it. But I still see it and can, from her energy, feel that feeling that she feels, So,
And you need closure, you know.
yeah, that's really it.
You know, to lose a loved one like that, you know, especially someone who wasn't sick,
Right.
you know what I mean? It goes and come every day, you know. Like I was talking to Mavis and she said she would have preferred if he had died of some sickness or some illness, then she could have understand that her son is not here based on these conditions. But for someone to just take his life and she don't know, the family don't know, there are rumors being spread. Other people are saying other things. We don't even want to call their name, but they know themselves. And I think that if you really don't know the truth behind a story, you should keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
You should not go out there and spread propaganda or false rumors, because remember, he still has a family. He still has loved ones. So when a person who really don't know, because if you know the truth, you would have called the police. If you know so much as you say you know, you would have called the police. So I personally don't like when people spread propaganda and rumors and
There's a lot of
lies.
A lot of false
You know.
information. As we were doing our research in this last few months,
Yes.
even like on the Wikipedia, I mean, he has so much about himself online, but mixed information, misinformation about his lifestyle, when in fact he was a humanitarian, somebody who always tried to help other people. And some emphasize that, but those who were supposed to be close to him, for whatever reason, decide to discredit him and to diminish his name, almost like erasing him off the earth for their own profit and gain. His music's still playing all the time. I mean, I heard his song playing yesterday at a football game in St. Andrews. Somebody was driving a car and they was playing his music. My son said, "Well, that's not Beyond." They was playing his music yesterday. The song by Sister Nancy, Bam Bam.
Yes.
That's my brother's song. And when I look up the story about how Sister Nancy come up with the song, she says in an article that she heard my brother in the studio singing the song. Yellowman was there too. And she just remake the song into her own. Instead of saying man, she changed it to woman.
Yeah.
You know, and those things like that, you know, that's, and I'm sorry if I have to call out the name like that or
Yeah, I
what,
understand.
and if you go to Spotify and look my brother's name up, that's the first song that showed Bam Bam, that's his song. But he gets no credit, no royalties, no nothing. And it's very disheartening.
Of course, it hurts. Remember that he has a family. These things, if you look at the legacy of a Bob Marley or Peter Tosh and so on, you'll see that these legacy lives forever. And if Fathead went into the studio, wrote these songs and wrote these lyrics and so on, he should be compensated for it. I mean, there's more than enough for everybody. And again, my sincerest of condolences to you.
Thank you.
You're very strong. Thank you for talking to me
Yes, thank
under
you.
the circumstances, and better must come.
Yes, sir.
And you will get closure, because there is such a thing as karma. Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard from Fathead's little sister, Kia. We're gonna go for a break. When you come back, we're gonna have Kia and of course Mama Mavis to close this.
Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Big Stone Television. We are at the end of a very emotional, tear-jerking experience chat with Mama Mavis and of course Sister Kia. Your daughter is such a wonderful person, I must say.
Yes, she is.
And I know that if your son was here and you have your son and your daughter to balance the thing, what a beautiful experience that would be for you,
What
Mama.
a glory that would be.
What a glory that would be. So, Mama, let me ask you a question before we close out. You sing a little bit too? You used to sing in church or anything?
Yes.
Where do you think this come from, this music being come from with Fathead?
I sing,
Oh, you do?
yes, and I have a son, Norman Randall. He
Yes.
sing, he write his own song, he make his music. I was going to take a CD so you could listen to it, you don't get anywhere with it. The death of Ian take a big toll on Norman.
Wow.
Yes, a big toll on Norman. So we have all that music there, but it's not getting anywhere with it. I
Okay.
didn't remember to bring that. Yes.
Well, as
it
much
get a
as I
big toll on
can,
him.
as much as I can assist in pointing you to the right directions.
I know you will.
Yes, you know, because the talent. Give me a little piece of something, now, Mama. Give me one of them good old revival songs that you used to do, so we can hear. This is anything that you want to sing. This is a sound. This is where the sound of that original Fathead'S song come from.
Oh man, it's time you see the light. Stop all those fussing and fighting. Peace, love, and unity is alright. Oh. So we don't have to fuss and fight. Cause you see now, down in the ghetto we born and grow. Oh, we survive down there, we don't know. Survival is a game, so we must play on. Play on, play on now. Oh, man, it's time to see the light. Stop all those fussing and fighting. Peace, love, and unity is alright, children. So we don't have to.
Unpaid.
What's that?
Thank you so much. But in parting, Kia, I want to say something, and I want you to say something. Look in the camera and speak your piece.
Well, thank you first of all, because the way we found you, and I have to give thanks to my best friend Luz Torres, who's a paralegal in Florida, and who is like my other brain. We did so much digging and we started so much research, and we just found your video and a comment that was left under your video with your email. And since that day, initiating this conversation with you, you've been so helpful. Such a blessing.
Thank you. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, man. That's what I'm here for.
I just want to say that, you know, the main thing is this. It's for my mother. It's not for me. It's for my mother to have some closure, some idea of what happened to her son. And also for him to become compensated for his music, because I see where there's music being remade, even up until the most recent 2003. I mean, Yellowman's still making music with my brother's voice on it. Other artists making music with my brother's likeness. So it's disheartening that someone can be so close to him, but do so little to try to help figure out what happened. And I don't want to just say him, because there's others. The bottom line is that if anybody knows anything at all about what happened to my brother Vernon Renford, Fathead, as everybody in the world knows him, you can leave a message under this video, contact the police, any information at all would be helpful for us, and we'll be grateful for you all. And thank you to everyone who still listens to his music, who consider themselves fans. Just thank you for keeping his voice and his legacy alive. We're grateful.
Mama Mavis, look into the camera and say your words.
I just want to tell you, it's a blessing. It's a blessing for us to know you, and through my daughter, and get this far. And if there's no word for me to explain how much I appreciate you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
This is the furthest we've ever gotten with this.
Yes.
You never get nowhere.
Well, look into the camera and just ask
And
people
yes,
to help you. Go ahead, Mama.
please. If there's any way, which I know, somebody
Somebody
out
knows
there,
something.
they know something. Just come forward. Go ahead, put yourself in my place. We are all
Ladies and gentlemen, I've done so many interviews. I've been into situations where people have lost loved ones. But it's the first time I'm actually in a situation where a mother and a daughter have lost someone of the caliber of Vernon Sylvester Renford. It touches my heart to know that we can do this to each other. If we have a misunderstanding, we can talk.
Yes,
If
definitely.
there's anything that I've done wrong to you, I can apologize. So I want to thank all of you for watching this. Please keep your ears and your eyes open. And for those who did this, you're older now. And I know you too want closure. Reach out to the family and let them have some closure. Thank you so much for watching. Kia, thank you so much for
Thank you.
inviting me into your life.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mama, know this.
Thank
Everything's
you.
going to be all right. Thank you for inviting me.
First. Thank you.
Not a problem. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The exclusive that we waited 3 months for. Mavis Williams, the mother of Vernon Sylvester Renford, popularly called Fathead. This is it. Please, please reach out and help. Share this video, like this video, make your comment. Thank you.